So we're really in the thick of it. We're really heading into winter. I'm heading to Scent Explorer in a couple of days, and got word that it's already snowing there. Well, not already, because I'm sure that's on brand for New York, but for someone who lives where I live, that might be a problem, right? But I was like, you know what? I need to give you all some fragrances that are going to help you smell good all winter. So I've got 10 fragrances that I think will help you really enjoy this time as far as smelling good when it's cold outside. Stick around, we'll share them. All right, what's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Kevin, and you are watching Smell Goods. I do appreciate you coming through. Appreciate you hanging out with me for a little bit as we talk through and discuss more fragrances, as I'm documenting my fragrance journey, but also hopefully helping you on your fragrance journey, because we all want to smell good, right? Hence the name Smell Goods. Got it? All right. So if this is your first time, do me the favor, do me the honor, hit that like, hit that subscribe, request notifications, share, and then meet me and the rest of the Smell Good Squad in the comments. And what's up to all the Smell Good Squad? Those that have been around before for other videos, good to see you back again as well. Now, oh, and one other thing, there are some discount codes. In fact, I'll make sure I'll link a number of these fragrances as far as featured fragrances, but I'll list them as well as other discount codes and links in the description. That way, as you are maybe, purchasing and expanding your collection, you can save some money while doing that as well. And it also does help to support the channel. All right. Now, again, it's cold, right? This is not the time for imagination. And if I can just be honest, next year, I don't want to see imagination. I don't want to see another imagination clone. I'm just saying, right? But it's cold. You want those fragrances that are going to definitely kind of lean into this time of year. You want those fragrances that maybe spicy, maybe have, a nice vanilla accord or what have you. The warm, spicy ones, you want those type of fragrances. So I figured, let me give you some fragrances that might help you, because for some of you, I'm in the game. I've been married for almost 30 years now. But some of y'all, this is cuffing season. Others, it's just like you got booed up too, but you want to make sure you're smelling good. So I'm going to give you some fragrances here, and I'm going to stop talking and give them to you right now. First one up is from the House of Day 3. This one is Philosophia. Philosophia. Now, this, when I first got the discovery set from Day 3, this was one of the ones that I was definitely like, I'm going to have to own that. Now, of course, there were other things that I got in between that initial smell and now having it. But listen, when I tell you Philosophia is a definite certified banger from Day 3, just think chocolate tobacco, right? That's it. Well, chocolate, hazelnut, vanilla tobacco. That's the kind of feel, the kind of thing you get from this. Perfect for the fall and winter, especially the evenings. Definitely a great fragrance. This, brothers, let me tell you, this is one that I'm enjoying. I've only had this maybe 3 weeks, and you can see I've already kind of put a little dent in it. So definitely one that you may want to check out from the House of Day 3. In addition, they've got some other great ones, but this is definitely a nice winter choice for you. All right, so next one up is one from the House of French Avenue, which is, of course, a division of Fragrance World. This one is, and let's get the full name of it, this is an equestrian series Hayden, right? This is a nice woody with some leather fragrance in there, warm, spicy type of thing. Think, because I know there's like lavender in this. I think there's some praline or something else in there for a little sweetness, and then the leather in there. Think in the space of Haultain from Parfums de Marly. Think in the space of Oud for Greatness and Oud for Glory. Those type of fragrances, this is kind of where that sits. Definitely something that works really well for, in my opinion, fall and winter in the evenings. This is one that will have you smelling good for a pretty good length of time. Again, this is an equestrian series, Hayden. All right. Next up is one from the House of Armaf, and this is Odyssey Home Black Bottle, right? This right here is a nice amber, vanilla, warm, spicy type fragrance with a little iris in this, which I'm actually, I know iris for some people may not be their favorite note, just because sometimes it comes off very lipsticky, but I like the iris in this. I like the way that this is done. I like the just the whole blending of this. This actually kind of surprised me, because if I'm honest, the bottle, cheesy, right? For me, the bottle is just, I'm not a fan of the thermos looking bottle. Now, I'll be honest, it would have been cool if this had been where like this flips open like a thermos and right then the juice is there, but instead it's a cap off. I know you don't care about that. As far as the fragrance though, definitely one that works very well. Opens up with some vanilla, have some spices in it, and then finishes off with some vanilla with some leather. Think in this space, this is more along the lines of like Tom Ford Noir, right? This is kind of where this kind of sits as far as the fragrance. Definitely something that if you're looking for something for the winter nights, this will set you right. This will do you right. All right. That's Odyssey Home by Armaf. Next one up is one from the House of Prada. And yeah, we're going to talk about that Prada Black. Prada Luna Rosa Black. Let's give it some respect. Let's put some respect on its name. This is just a nice ambery, musky, woody type fragrance. This, I know I got this last year sometime and definitely was like, yeah, this is date night approved. This is evening out approved. This is intentional night approved. Just because this fragrance, in my opinion, just kind of does invite closeness. It does invite that feeling that you want or that thing that you want, especially if you're trying to make, your winter nights a little warmer. All right. But Prada Rosa Black definitely is one that is Smell Goods approved for another fragrance that would be nice for your winter to keep you smelling good all winter. All right. Next one up is one from the House of Rabanne. This is Invictus Victory Elixir. This, first of all, I'll be honest, I was surprised how well this does and how well this performs as far as being like a beast mode type fragrance, as far as being a fragrance that just kind of just does what it needs to do and is all over the place. This right here is actually one of the first ones that I got, not first ones, but this is one that when I was starting to make my transition into being a fragrance enthusiast, this is one that I got and I was just like, yeah, this works. Definitely nice vanilla fragrance that works for, again, winter, works for the evenings. Depending upon, for some, this may feel like it leaves a little young, but I still wear this. I still rock this. This is still something that I think is not necessarily tied to a certain age group or demographic. I think it's a fragrance that definitely works and is a nice smelling fragrance that will have you smelling really good for a long period of time from during the winter. Again, this is Invictus Victory Elixir. All right. Next one up is one from the House of Goldfield and Banks, which is if you're looking to kind of jump into maybe some niche and kind of expand your palate a little bit, expand your nose a little bit, and maybe smell some different things that aren't just the same cookie cutter things that, if we're honest, we're starting to see in designer fragrances. Not every designer fragrance, of course, but if you want something that kind of pushes boundaries a little, this is something that you may want to put your nose on. This is Silky Woods from the House of Goldfield and Banks. This opens with some saffron, and I want to say not cinnamon, but I forgot what else is there. But you definitely have these nice woods and vanilla in the base, right? Nice woods, nice vanilla. So it is, just to give a reference point, just because I know my audience is kind of like you guys are into everything, right? I know I did a review of something called Notes Jazz. If you have experience with Notes Jazz, think that, but the sweetness is toned down. This to me makes this so that this could actually be worn day or night. This is a nice winter fragrance that'll have you smelling good, have you smelling interesting, but won't be too sweet. It won't be out of place at work, right? So again, from House of Goldfield and Banks, this is Silky Woods. Silky Woods. All right. Next one up is another one in our designer category, or our designers. This is one from Azzaro, and this is one I tell the story all the time. My wife picked it up when we were, at the store. She's like, smell this. I'm like, okay, smells good. Yes. She's like, you're getting this, right? Yeah. So this one, of course, is going to be winter evening approved. This is from Azzaro. This is Forever Wanted Elixir. And this, to me, may be the best wanted. I know that's saying a lot. Most wanted EDP. That's really good. I'm not denying that or what have you. But this, I think this one might be a little underrated. I think this one has flown under the radar. I think that people kind of miss out on this. It's not, in my opinion, not getting the buzz that maybe it deserves. But this, just think raspberry, leather is kind of the two things that stick out for me. But this, definitely nice for the fall, definitely nice for the winter, and definitely something that you might want to put your nose on, check out, and think about. All right. But again, from Azaro, this is Forever Wanted Elixir. All right. Next one up is one that I'm going to bring it out. And some of you may be like, but I thought they only did. All right. But this is from the house of Yeoman Lail. And this is an original fragrance from them. This is an original signature scent from them. This is called Dubai Chocolate. And when I tell you that definitely, this has gotten, okay, we might have to come back to this even more because admittedly, it's been sitting up on my shelf. I haven't pulled it out and or pulled it off the shelf. All right. I haven't pulled it off the shelf in maybe 2 weeks or so. It seems to have gotten a little stronger, because maceration is a real thing, especially when it comes to houses that make them fresh like Yeoman Lail. But this is a nice gourmand fragrance that works really well for the fall, really well for the winter. Yeah, we might have to revisit this because this hits. All right. But again, another fragrance for you to check out and kind of put on your nose radar, as it were, for the winter. Dubai Chocolate from Yeoman Lail. And again, you can tell that it's original signature fragrance because it's the black label, not the gold label. All right. Then the last two that I have for you, the first one, or the next to last one, I should say, this is actually one that has become, I've gotten it in the rotation. I'm wearing this. This is definitely one that I'm enjoying. This is not necessarily, in my opinion, a clone of anything. There's some inspiration as far as the DNA that we can kind of pick up, that it kind of has some inspiration that kind of flows from the Jean Paul Gaultier DNA. But I think that this is kind of its own twist, right? So it's been twisted up, turned out, all that fun stuff, because it's not anything that I can put nose on and say, this is what they're going after. There's some suspicion as far as what they may have been twisting and really twisting and putting their own take on. But again, let me just kind of run into it. This is 9 p.m. Elixir from Afnan. This may very well be my favorite one. I think when I did my list of 9 p.m., I think this is my number one. And yeah, definitely this is from the 9 p.m. line out of Afnan. This is my number one, right? And that's saying a lot because 9 p.m. Rebel is nice. 9 p.m. or 9 a.m. Dive, the blue one, nice. 9 p.m. the original OG. For a while, that was my go-to, of course, from the Afnan line. But this right here is definitely one that it takes the cake right now. Again, perfect for this time of year, perfect for the winter. It's going to be 9 p.m. Elixir. All right. And then the last one. Now, what may be surprising about this, because there's something else that smells very similar to this, but I'm going to go with this one simply because this one I think is more wearable in a variety of situations, right? What I'm talking about from Cutlodge. This is Island Vanilla Dunes. Now, think Altair, right? So when I say Altair, automatically your mind probably goes to Liquid Broom. And some of you may be like, well, where's Liquid Broom? It's still back there on the shelf, right? But when I think of between this and Liquid Broom, which one is more wearable in a variety of situations, this is the one that I think is going to be more wearable. And so for me, this is the one that I think is perfect for the winter. And when I say more wearable, I simply mean, whereas Liquid Broom is nuclear, it's not nuclear, but it does project, it does kind of just shift the room and what have you. I don't always need that, right? I don't always need my fragrance to arrive 3 days before I do. And so for me, with this fragrance, it smells great and it works perfect for the winter. And it projects good enough for me where I can wear this in a variety of situations, a variety of scenarios, and smell great. So my my next one, or my final one, I should say, to give you for smelling great this winter, we're talking Vanilla Island Dunes, or Island Vanilla Dunes from Cutlodge. All right, that's it. I've given you 10 fragrances. I think I can count right. I've given you 10 fragrances that will work great, in my opinion, for your winter. But let me know in the comments what your 10 or where your 3, your 4, however many you want to give. Give me what are your go-to winter fragrances, and let the community know, right? And then, of course, do me the honor, if you have not already, hit that like, hit that subscribe, request notifications, share, meet me and the rest of the Smell Good Squad in the comments. And then, of course, stay safe, stay sane, stay smelling good. Check out this video right there, and we'll see you next video. Have a great one. Be blessed. Peace.